Hello, we are live. We are live. I am just pulling up my laptop. It hasn't been on the charger, so I had to put it on the charger and whatnot. Love that. I am making coffee. I've got my water. I have not written anything since Sunday, and I just got water all over myself. That's great. Wonderful. Gotta love that. Whatever. Okay. Anyways, I have a couple of things that I need to do before I dive into writing. I have to finish working on a flyer for my husband, and I have to finish putting in a job application. No, two job applications. Then I can go into the writing. So that is what we are going to do. As always, for the beginning of the stream, I usually just go ahead and dive head on into a sprint, let people filter in and everything. Um, I know Devin is streaming over on her channel right now. Hi, Devin. Thank you for lurking. And I hope your stream goes really, really well. But for right now, we are going to go ahead and start this first sprint. I'm going to get some stuff out of the way. And yeah, I am going to see you guys in 25 minutes. Happy sprinting. Okay, and that was the first sprint. How did we do? I am almost done making the flyer for my husband's lodge for their pancake breakfast. And then and then I just have to fill out the rest of these applications and then I'll be writing. So, to the comments. Hello, good morning. Rainy day revisions in effect. Yes. Love rainy day revision. Well, I love rainy days. I think it's supposed to be super rainy tomorrow for me. Good morning. Going to hop off to listen to mood music. We'll be back in 20. Good morning. I'm at work, but I have a downtime in the morning to do a sprint or two. Yay. Welcome everyone. Like when I first got on, I was mentioning that I haven't written since Sunday when we did the all day writing day. And let's see, pulling up my spreadsheet right now. I'm at a total of 5,357 words for the month, which means I need to hit at least, let's see, I have to hit at least 986 words today and the rest of and every other day for May in order to hit 30,000 words. So I'm only like 20-ish words like behind, I think. Cuz normally, not normally, but like if I had hit every day with the daily word goal, the daily word goal was 968. So I'm not too far behind. I did better than I expected. I felt like I was in a brain fog the last few weeks, but today I was on a roll. Yes, I love that. It always feels really good when you're able to get things going again. Whenever I take like a long hiatus of not writing and that first day of writing again, oh my gosh, it's like the best feeling in the world. So glad that you're able to get back in the swing of things. Love that. Let's see. Sorry. I am tired today for some reason. Let's see. I'm just making sure I have everything here for me to do the applications. Okay, that's good. How do I have to print this out? Ooh, perfect. Okay. Never know what to say in the for the morning sprints. The morning sprints, I'm just kind of like a little bit chaotic. I also have to put together today's daily spread. What color are we feeling today? So excited to be revising my rough draft. Feels very satisfying to see the complete book. I love that. I cannot wait till I finish like a first draft, like a full first draft. Right now, I feel like I have a whole bunch of zero drafts because it's not like fully fleshed out, but I have quite a bit of words written for the projects. Um, but I can't wait to see them like fully fleshed out in like a true first draft type of scenario. Something I find helpful if I'm doing a lot of writing or revising is changing up the font or coloring of the font. Ooh. Kind of like how when people write in Comic Sans because it's just it's not as like formal as like the Times New Roman or any other um font. And so it doesn't feel like everything has to be perfect. I think is the reason why people do that. I can see that happening. I started to now after a while, and if it's literally just black and white the whole time right now, I have it in kind of a medium shade blue. Nice. Do you change the colors often while you're writing, or is it like one color per project? Sorry, I'm just adding washi tape to my notebook while we chit chat for a little bit on our little break. I should probably, let's change that to a 5 minute. Nope, not that one. That way we know when it's time to start sprinting again. Right now I am just trying to get a draft. I like to handwrite to take a break from the computer. Totally get this. I handwrite some things. But like once I get like a scene in motion, I end up typing it out and then finishing it up when I'm typing it. Otherwise, my hand just gets really crampy. But when I am stuck, I grab my notebook and I handwrite, and it's easier for me to brainstorm and figure things out while I'm handwriting in like a notebook rather than on the computer. So I totally get it. I'm away from the computer now, taking a little break, but the font that I'm using the most starts with the letter E. Nice. I honestly really don't like using Times New Roman. I find it very difficult to read for long periods of time that way. I can see that. I'm not the biggest fan of Times New Roman. I'm trying to remember which one. I do like the Calibra. And there's another one that I really, really like. Right now my Scrivener is set to Palatino linotype or linotype, however you say that. But no, I totally get it. And Times New Roman, I feel like is just, it reminds me too much of like writing my essays in college. So like if I have to change it to Times New Roman like later on, that's fine, but I don't like typing to it because it reminds me of being in school. Does that make any sense? Kind of like, required type of writing. And if it's required, I don't want to do it as often rather than if it was just something that I for sure I don't know. Maybe maybe it's just me. Okay, glad. Glad I'm not the only one who like kind of feels that way. Too formal. Yeah, I mean, I know it's a classic, but I think there are some better ones. I also like Bookman Antiqua, right? Antica. Bookman, hold on. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, Book Antiqua. And then there's Bookman Old Style. I like those two as well. Those I feel like are kind of classic like Times New Roman, but with a little pizzazz. LOL, I get upset when my students don't use Times New Roman. It makes sense for school. Like, I would get upset too. But when I'm, like, writing my story, I don't want it to be in Times New Roman because it reminds me of all the required writing I had to do in school. So that's just why I don't write in Times New Roman, but when I have to change it to Times New Roman, it's easy to do that. I don't understand why your students just don't change it to the Times New Roman like it's supposed to be. Like double spaced Times New Roman 12-point font with the 1-inch margins, right? I use other fonts when I write assignment sheets and create other projects. Yeah. It's sad that it's all ingrained into our brains right from school. I will say in school, I much preferred bullshitting my way through writing a paper than having to take like a multiple choice test or any type of test because I have test anxiety. With papers, at least I knew that I could write my way out of it. Testing, though, is a whole nother scenario. Like when we had like the short answer questions or like the essay questions on tests, everyone groaned about it. And I'm like, this is where I excel at. Everything else, I just like kind of freak out. Alrighty. Is everyone ready to start the next sprint? For the morning sprints, I don't usually do the um, forest because there's not usually too many people here. But if people are here who do use the forest app, I can totally do that for the next sprint. Um, so just let me know in the comments and I'll get that set up while we're sprinting this time. And so for the third sprint of this stream, we'll do that. But I am going to go ahead and start this next sprint, finish up these two applications, and finish up my daily spread. And I'll see you guys back in 25 minutes. Happy sprinting. Okay, and that was that sprint. How did we do? I was able to put together, can you see, today's daily spread in my Wordy Writer Challenge planner. This is how Sundays ended up looking. I was able to get just under 4,000 words that day, which is great. Was hoping for more, but there was lots of distractions on Sunday. And then I started filling out the one application. Michelle, hello. How is everyone? I'm a little tired, but I am good. Katrina, hello. How is your character building going? Are you any closer? Because you're starting writing next week, correct? Let's see. That means it's not going. I'm so sorry. I hope that it gets better for you. Maybe you'll be able to do a lot of brainstorming tonight. What's your deadline for this next project? When do you have to have that done by? Day job, part-time job fiasco with websites, but I'll brainstorm tonight. Well, I will be live streaming tonight, so hopefully that'll give you a little boost of motivation. June 30th. Okay. Feel like you've got I think you've got plenty of time. I mean, I feel like you practically wrote the last one in a matter of 2 weeks. At least that's what it felt like. Works out to be about 1K a day. Perfect. Okay, so I wasn't exaggerating. That's crazy. Kate, well, I was on a streak till someone barged into my office all upset. Sheesh, I hate when they do that. They do that to Katrina too. Only it's more like throwing papers at her desk. Making progress. Nice. I love that. What are you working on? And is it Alicia? Am I pronouncing that correctly? When I am done filling out a couple job applications, I'm going to be going back to Project Catalina, which is going to be the first book in the contemporary romance world that I'm creating. There are so many ideas for stories in this world, and so far I have at least 3 different made up towns that are in like the same county. And I'm super excited about it, but I'm also like really overwhelmed just because there's so much that needs to like go into it and everything, but I'm really, really, really excited about it. And like the genre is contemporary romance, but like with a hint of romantic suspense. So think like Devney Perry or Catherine Cowles. It's like kind of like that kind of, it's not like the super fluffy contemporary romance, but it has more of like some grit to it. But it's not like dark romance. If that makes any sense whatsoever. Alicia, I am working on a novel, historical fiction. I have a World War II novel idea set in New Orleans. Ooh. I don't know if I've ever seen a World War II novel set in New Orleans. New Orleans. I'm obsessed with New Orleans, so I love this. I love this. Working on this month once again is finishing book 2. I'm at 80% done, so close, still going with 700 words a day. That's amazing. That is so good. Yes, awesome. Right, New Orleans. I'm very intrigued. I am very intrigued. I have a weird obsession with New Orleans, even though I've only been there once, and it was literally a 24-hour span of time. Scam likely. Okay, ignore. I'm very intrigued. And I'm glad my weird description of the genre made sense. For my anniversary, I had my husband take me to the World War II museum. I grew up outside of New Orleans. Nice. That's so cool. Yeah. I don't know why I have such a weird obsession with it. But like I was pretty obsessed with it prior to visiting New Orleans. But when I did visit and like the food and like the culture that's down there, it just like I'm obsessed. Absolutely obsessed. And like if a book mentions New Orleans, it like goes right to like the top of my TBR. Oh. Oh. I'm already almost done with my coffee. I might have to make a new one. Did you guys want me to do a tree in the forest app? I think this is the most people we've had in the morning for a while. So I'm not used to getting a tree ready for the morning sprints, but I can totally do that real quick if you want. Let's change that to let me go ahead and create room. Always down for growing trees. Okay. We'll get back to the comments in just a second. Let me get this forest room code for you guys. All right. The forest room code is MZKTPRSG. MZKTPRSG. That is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to change this to the short break, but we're going to do just like a 3-minute short break. So give you guys a couple minutes to go in on that forest room if you want to join us. Yeah, I need another coffee here. The ideas are flowing, so I want to keep that up. I love when the ideas are flowing. Ah, that makes me so happy that they're flowing for you. Tessa Dean, hello, welcome. Stopping by on a recommendation from a friend. I write a lot of prompts and post them on my blog, and I'm also working on a memoir. Oh, I love that. Thank you for stopping by. We're happy to have you. All right, I'm still like eyeballing the forest room, making sure that the forest is still foresting and it's not crashing on me like it was a couple weeks ago. Babysitting the forest app. This next sprint that will start in the next couple minutes, I am going to finish these 2 job applications, and then I'm going to go into the writing and get some words in for the contemporary romance. And yeah, and then I should probably be writing for the rest of this stream. And for this stream, we have probably 3 more sprints before I have to call it and stop for lunch. I will be back on again tonight. Hold on, it went dark. Okay, it's still foresting. I will be back on tonight at 7:30 Central Time, so that will be 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, and 8:30 Eastern. Where I will be definitely doing all the writing things. And for Sunday, since it's Mother's Day, I may not do an all day writing day, but I think I might do a half day. So instead of just doing like the evening, like I did on Easter, I am going to probably do like an afternoon and the evening. The morning, I am going to spend time with the kiddos, and hopefully they either make me breakfast or take me out for breakfast. That's the goal. I kind of hinted towards to the husband that that's kind of what I wanted. He knows that I like to have sort of solitude on Mother's Day just because Mother's Day the kids are like me constantly. So I like a morning breakfast with everyone, and then I kind of just want to be left alone for the rest of the day. But writing wise, that's probably what's going to happen. So now that we've had our little short break, I am going to go ahead and start this tree. There we go. And we're gonna start sprinting. I'll see you guys back in 25 minutes. Happy sprinting with everything. I just have to say, I hate writing cover letters. Cover letters are the worst. All right, let me grab a new room code for the forest as my contact. It goes crazy. Let's change this to, let's do tulips today because I'm feeling tulips. Okay. New room code for the forest, if you want to plant a tree with me, is 5VC8BN4SG. 5VC8BN4SG. Perfect. That is now scrolling at the bottom of the screen if you want to plant a tree with me. And we'll change this. So as long as this contact, I'm sorry. We will for sure have one more 25-minute sprint, and then the last sprint I might change to either a 15 or a 20-minute sprint. Just because it's almost 12 and I'd like to be off by like 1:15. So depending on how chatty we get, we either have two 25-minute sprints left or one 25-minute and then one slightly shorter one. Let's go to the comments. And Devin's still here doing the lurking. Oh, I love you. Thank you. I still have you on my background as well. I'm determined to have this book published in time for Black Friday. The best Christmas gift I can give myself is seeing a copy of my book on my bookshelf. I love that. I really, really hope that you're able to do that. My goal is to have my first one published sometime this year. I did have like a very extensive like schedule set for I think I set it like at the end of December last year, and then so many things hit the fan at the beginning of this year that everything just like kind of went to the wayside. So I kind of have to like push a whole lot of things, like a whole lot of goals that I wanted done for the writing. But my main goal is to at least have one done and published before the end of the year. I was hoping to have one published before I turned 34. That did not happen. But that's okay. As long as I'm still 34 and it's still 2024, I want one done. One. Tessa, I managed one full prompt written and posted and one more started. Yay! Kate, 82 words. Hey, 82 words more than you had before. It's all good. Supposed to be expected while at work, haha, but ideas are still flowing. I might work on my Pinterest board for the second book. Need a different outline or title because it looks like either one. But yay, I love that the ideas are still flowing for you, and Pinterest boards can be really, really helpful. Perfect. You know, I'm crossing my fingers. I sent you that screenshot of what I posted 10 years ago, and I cannot believe that it has already been 10 years while me trying to get a solid first draft finished between changing so many projects and then between, you know, being a full-time worker at like a corporate job and then all of the other mental stuff that has happened over the past like half a decade. I cannot believe where the time has gone. And I really just, I need to get something done. And that's a really great goal. Black Friday, absolutely. Amazing Christmas present. Love that. I know. Are your are your coworkers being nice to you at least today? I feel like it has to be somewhat okay since it's not the beginning or the end of the month. I know those days are, like, terrible. Alicia, I am hoping to have a rough draft for a full novel by the end of summer. I am crossing my fingers for you. Hey, eating breakfast is still good, okay? It's one of the most important meals of the day, right? And we need fuel in our body to make other things happen. So, this is good. I need to see where my characters and where they are going helps with the writing too, in the sense of where he is. Yes, I totally get that. Today is pretty chill. Good. I'm glad. Just trying to catch up from all the days I took off with for theater. Yeah. But she's out of theater now. Now you're just working on like volleyball stuff, right? For her. Editing is the hard part for you. See, for me, it's like the first drafting. Every I have quite a few zero drafts, and I call them zero drafts because they don't all have endings. None of them have endings, to be perfectly honest. But I have like 25 to like 40,000 words written in various zero drafts. And then I also have multiple zero drafts for the same project because things have changed so much. And so I call them zero drafts because it's me trying to figure out where the story is going. And whenever I go back to those and I'm like revising one of those chapters, I do so much better on the revising because it's where I get to make things look pretty and my perfectionistic qualities can come out and shine really well with those, as to where I feel like I get too into trying to make a first draft perfect, where the first draft and the drafting portion of that is just so much harder for me. So I'm trying to just get one down, trying not to let the perfectionistic qualities come out too much so that I can just finally have just one solid first draft, and then I can go in and have fun with the revising and the editing. I feel like that is where I shine. It's the brainstorming and it's the revising that I do really well. It's the actual drafting portion because I want things to be perfect. And so, like, I'll restart chapter 1 multiple times sometimes, and I just really need to stop that. I need to just get the story out, and then I can work on making it perfect, but it's like turning that off is so hard for me. Yep, now it's volleyball, but only 1 more week of that, and then it's summer break, like, nothing going on in for summer break. Oh my god, I have the same thing, haha, I thought I was the only one, I'm glad I'm not alone. You are not alone. Not alone. I have a lot of short stories that do not have clear endings. Beginnings are hard for me, it takes forever for me to write the first act, then it's smooth sailing. Yeah, me, it's once I hit, like, the fun and games, I get, like, really lost. Or I get, like, really, um maybe I just get, like, nervous, I don't know, but as soon as I hit, like, the fun and games part, which is, like, pretty much act 2, I get, like, really I don't know, I get hard on myself, and then I'm like, "Is this really working well?" And then I, like, go back to the beginning. I need to stop doing it. Another show possibly, but we're trying to figure out if she can audition. I also feel like I have to be tough on myself. I usually do not send out stories unless I am happy, which I can understand. You wanna make sure that your babies are, perfect and ready to go out into the world. I get it. I edit as I go along and that slows down the process. Yeah, I hear this. As far as completing the rough draft, the mistake I made was going back over and over and editing what I've already written instead of just making forward progress. Yeah. I totally get it, and I understand the whole, like, invisible editing, which you have, like, a separate document up and you write down what you want edited for a, why am I losing this word right now? For a specific part, but don't actually edit it in, like, the Word document that you are writing all the words, and just keep going like you made that edit or revision, and then when it is time to actually do the revisions, you take the document that you made the point of, "This is what you want done," and whatnot. I I want to be able to do that, I just have not been able to do that yet. That's why it took me over 2 years to get the rough draft on. Granted, I did take some time off, but there was a lot of time wasted editing scenes that in the end or completely deleted. Totally get this. I wish it was only 2 years for me. The current contemporary romance that I'm working on, I came up with the initial idea. It was before I was pregnant with my first child, and I want to say that was like 8-ish years ago. Back then it was a young adult contemporary. And that is because that is what I was reading at the time. That is, what I love to do. And then after I got pregnant, I moved solely into romance, like reading romance, and fell in love with that genre. And I fully believe that if you are not writing what you love to read, then it's even harder, I feel like. So I had to figure out, because I really loved the characters and I really loved their backstory. And I figured what I had written for the young adult portion would be really great backstory for an adult romance. And so I had to pivot and figure things out. So it's gone through a whole bunch of different versions, and actually most of my stuff has gone through that kind of transition to where it's no longer young adult, because I was doing young adult contemporaries and young adult fantasies, and I barely read young adult anymore. I don't really gravitate towards it, and I feel like if I can't gravitate towards that while I'm like a reader, I'm not going to be able to gravitate towards that while writing. So a lot of my stuff has gone through this process of getting it to where it needs to be for a new adult or a just a regular adult romance or fantasy romance. So I get it. I get it. But I'm going on like 8 to 10 years on most of my projects. The muddle middle is where I'm at right now. I am so sorry. The murky middle sucks. It's always where I get stuck. I have a hard time turning off the need for perfection while drafting. I literally remind myself it's a draft. It's allowed to sound crappy. Yes. Yeah. I have to remind myself all the time. In fact, I need to just like get post-it notes and put them all over my room, all over my house to say the first draft is always shit, just keep writing it. Because I need to get myself into that headspace. That is why my goal is to just write this summer and then tackle the editing in the fall. Awesome. Part of me wishes I could be that, but I don't look at anything I've written before the session until the book is done. Yeah, the invisible edits. That definitely came from Jessica Brody. I I want to be able to do that, but I haven't gotten myself there yet. The muddy middle almost completely stopped me from getting this book done. I find it to be the most difficult portion of the book, but it's so satisfying when you get past the part. Or better yet, find your flow in it. Yes. I haven't been able the murky middle, man. Katrina loves the middle. And it's where I start to like I start to go down. And yes, that makes sense. Invisible edits, what a waste of time, but certainly a good learning lesson. Yeah. And same thing with having to remind myself that the rough draft gets to be rough. Yeah, like I don't know why I I don't know why I let myself think that the first draft needs to be like perfect because it doesn't. Like it just needs to get done. Like it's okay if it's super rough. It's okay that, your word choices aren't correct yet. It's okay to not look great. But I can like never like I really need to just get stuff put all over my room that says the first draft is always shit, just write it. It's my yes, it's new motto for from now on. First draft is shit, just write it. Yep, the middle and the end are my favorite parts. I would love to see how I feel about an end because I haven't gotten to an ending yet. Alrighty, let me make sure that the forest room is still foresting, and it is. I am starting that tree. I'm going to finish this cover letter, and then I'm going to dive into the writing. But if I don't finish this cover letter, it's not going to get done, and I need to get it done. So I will see you guys back in 25 minutes. Happy sprinting. Okay, and that was that sprint. How did we do? I finished the cover letter, grabbed all the documents that I needed, which was the app, the cover letter, my resume, and sent the email, crossing my fingers. My father-in-law came by to drop off a present or a card for my husband because today is his birthday. And I am now done with the flyer that I needed to make for my husband. So this next sprint, which is the final sprint, will be dedicated to just writing. So I'm happy I was able to get quite a bit done. There is one more application that I need to fill out and whatnot, but the library one was due by tonight, so I wanted to make sure that one I got done. The other one I can push off till tomorrow morning, and the rest of the day I can put towards writing. But I definitely needed to get that one done for sure. Let me get a new forest room code started. We're going to do the jacaranda tree. And I'll make it a 25-minute because I think we have enough time. Like if I go over to like 105 or 110, that's fine. Perfectly fine. Let me create this room. And the new forest room code is SU6TVKSG. SU6TVKSG. Perfect. That is now scrolling at the bottom of the screen. If you want to plant a tree with me, and let me go ahead and I know let's make this like 8 minutes. Just so we know when we need to start doing some sprinting. Into the comments, Tessa finished and posted another prompt on my blog. Yay! Doing all the things. Michelle, I finished my morning journaling. Nice. I still have to get back into my morning journaling. It's staring at me right here. I'll get there. I just feel like there's too much going on. I do feel good that I was able to at least get that library application in. And then I have to download the 2 flyers that I created for my husband and send those to him so that they can choose which one they want for their pancake breakfast. Yeah, feeling pretty good. I do still have Devin's stream in my background. I don't know how long she is going for. So if she is still sprinting when we are done here is the link for her. Let's see if that worked. I should have just done it through the chat instead of through the StreamYard. Let's see if that even comes through. Wow, the lag between... Oh, I'm still looking at hers. That's why. The link that I just posted in the chat, that is Devin's stream. I'm not sure how long she is going for, but if she is still going, feel free to go by her and give her a nice like or a shout out or whatever. But we are going to have one more 25-minute sprint here. I will also, again, be on tonight at 7:30 Central. And then Sunday, most likely an afternoon and an evening stream instead of an all-day thing. But yeah. Let's see. I should probably make sure. Oh, my mother is calling. I will call her right back. Um, okay. Um, I know it says 4.5 minutes, but we're gonna go ahead and start this next sprint just because when my mom calls, oh, she said like, okay, okay. It doesn't seem to be very important. Just poured more coffee, so time to jump back in. Yes, I am done. So I'm gonna have to get another drink. I mean, I have my water. Let's see if I can not get water on myself this time. Um, Forest room is still foresting. Running low on coffee. Yeah, I'm done. I need more. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start this last sprint. Just because even though it doesn't seem like it's like super important, I am gonna call my mom back. So I'm starting the tree. I'm like really out of it right now. This is the final sprint of the stream. Again, I will be on tonight at 7:30 for those of you who want to join me. Again, that is 7:30 Central, so it'll be 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, and 8:30 Eastern. But I will see you guys back in 25 minutes. Happy sprinting. Okay, and that was that sprint. How did we do? I got some words in. I was able to get 367 words in. So that's really, really great, especially since I was on the phone with my mom for most of that sprint. Wrote 367 words. Whoop, whoop. Stream number 2. Got 334 words. Yes, we're right around the same amount. That's awesome. My stomach is making noises. Alrighty. That was the last sprint of the stream. Again, I will be back on tonight at 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, and 8:30 Eastern. Thank you for sprinting and being productive with me today. Even though not a whole lot of writing happened for me, I was able to get a lot of like admin stuff done. So that was really, really great. Tessa, another prompt done, still finding new ones to do. So my days are full with writing again, just getting over an almost 2-year writer's block. Oh, I'm so glad you're back into it. Writer's block is insane. Insane. I hate when I have writer's block because I feel like if I'm not writing, I'm not really like living my life because writing is such like a big part of me. And just, I'm so glad you're able to get back into the writing. I don't know about word count, but I have 25 handwritten pages in a 6x9 notebook. This is the most I have written since Christmas break. Yes, I love that. Congrats. Oh my gosh. That's just wonderful. You guys have done great today. You guys have been such a great little group this morning. Yes, great job, everyone. Again, if you want to join back on tonight's stream, it will be at 7:30 Central Time, and I will be doing all the writing for sure this evening. I'm going to try and get a little bit of words done before I come back tonight, but I do want to at least make the hubby a cake and put together some lasagna. So we'll see if I'm able to write before coming back on tonight, but I will see you guys all later. Aw, I'm glad you had a blast and I'm glad you found us. Again, thanks for writing with me and being productive. I will talk to you guys later. Happy writing.